Hello, everybody, and welcome to Gold Rush Football Podcast on Gold Rush Football TV. My name is Olanrewaju Abodunrin, and I still remain your favorite podcaster. It's been a while on the podcast, and we are glad to be back. As you can see, we are back in our posh studio right here. My guys are here. I can't wait to just introduce them, and they are ready to go. Let me start with Mazi. Mazi. The last time Mazi was on this podcast, it was just Mazi, but as from right now, Mazi is the CEO of Better Life USA. Welcome, Mazi. How you doing?
Thank you, man. Thanks for that introduction.
Exactly.
It's been a while. Last season we were here, talked about soccer till the end of the season. Now it's a new season. Things have started bubbling. So yeah, let's get into it. I'm glad to be here.
Right. Chris, how you doing now?
Very well.
Arsenal bubbling. Last season, the last time you were on this podcast, there was this prediction about Arsenal winning the title. You were very optimistic that Arsenal was going to win the title, but we all know how the story ends. But again, welcome to the podcast. Hope this season is going to be something good for the Gunners.
Definitely. Thank you for having me again. We're into the 2024-25 season, and we expect to get the best out of Arsenal. Even though we don't have a backup for Kai Havertz, I expect something good this season.
Arsenal fans don't start with the excuse. But anyways, let's go. We'll be starting from one place and we'll be going to Portugal. We'll be starting from one man, and his name is Cristiano Ronaldo. 901 goals contribution. He's got 901 goals right now in the bank. Despite the fact that this man is 38 years old, 39 years old, he's going to be 41 going to the World Cup. Guys, what have you make with Portugal and Cristiano Ronaldo? Incredible player, very, very skillful, talented, one of the best players to ever grace the beautiful game of football. What's your opinion to that? He has a very good record, Mazi. 901 goals.
Yeah, Ronaldo is a great player. You can't take it away from him. I just feel like there's a little bit of selfishness when it comes to speaking about his personality, but on the pitch he gives 100%. He's a great player. Aside from Messi, there's no player that I rate higher than Ronaldo. But with Portugal, it's a two-faced coin in my opinion. Portugal has not shown enough respect to Ronaldo in my opinion, and Ronaldo himself tends to take things and escalate it out of proportion. So let me just hit this nail on the head. I think if it's based on performance, Ronaldo deserves to be in the team. If your performance is good, no problem. Your age doesn't matter. Once his performance starts dwindling, or there are players that are performing better, then the coach has every right to place him on the bench. But don't place him on the bench based on sentiment or based on, I don't like him or his age. Age is just a number. If he's performing, let him play. If he's not performing, let him sit on the bench. Ronaldo, on the other hand, should not be selfish. If your coach tells you that, you haven't trained well enough or you're not performing enough, that there are other players that are coming up the ranks. You should play a father figure and respect the coach's opinion. So it's a balancing act. Both the coach and Ronaldo heading to the World Cup, they have to work in unison. If Ronaldo is performing, if his form is good, if he's still producing goals, he's still helping the team, why not? He should play. But at 38, heading to 41, is that going to be possible? Is he going to be performing at the highest possible standard leading to the World Cup? That's the coach's job. If the coach feels like there's a better player, why not? He can sit on the bench.
We're talking about one of the best players to ever grace the beautiful game of football. Incredible record. 900 goals against Croatia and 901 goals against Scotland. During the Euros, it's very obvious. We have to be optimistic right here. It's very obvious that Ronaldo was very, very slacking, in the Portuguese team. And the World Cup is just 2 years. In 2 years, there's going to be the World Cup. Do you think, is he about his own? Because for me, I think it's all about his own record, just banging the goals and getting the goals. It's not about the team. Because if you are Roberto Martinez, if you are the coach of Portugal, this same Roberto Martinez, he was fired for not leading Belgium to the so-called the golden talent, the golden age. They didn't do that much. He was fired from the Belgium national team. He got the job of the Portuguese national team job, and then the football lovers around, they thought taking that job, he was going to just take that big decision. But I don't think he had that stomach of taking Ronaldo aside, because to be very, very realistic, I get what Mazi is saying, that with his goals and the likes, and he can contribute. But to be very realistic, Ronaldo is going to be 41 going to this World Cup. Do you think Ronaldo's inclusion would do a better good for the team, not for Ronaldo, Chris?
I think that's a tough one. First and foremost, 901 goals.
It's incredible record.
Milestone.
Aside Messi, Messi fans will not want to listen to all this hype for Ronaldo. But again, this record is outstanding.
It's outstanding. For a player,
and he said it. You can get his goals. You can see his goals on YouTube. Dishing.
Yeah,
we don't want to go there right now.
That's a subtle diss on the King Pele. But we'll leave that for those that believe in Pele scoring over 1,000 goals, and those that don't believe in him, we'll have one of them here. But let's leave Maz out of this conversation for now.
Okay.
Ronaldo going to the World Cup, should Martinez take him? I don't know. Martinez sees the guy's work rate in training, and you and I know that if there's anyone that has that ability to work hard, is Ronaldo. When I listened to his interview with Ferdinand, I realized that this guy has that. He's not satisfied. He wants to get more.
Get what? Is it get the goals, or get this victory for the national team of Portugal? We have to be very, very clear right now. Okay.
Now it's about, for this his age,
right,
towards this his downward trend, he's going for personal accolade more than team accolade. That's where I see it.
Okay.
So right now he's looking at 1,000 goals, and I think he has just got 9-1 today. So I think he can meet the 1,000 goals, which is what he's looking at. And of course, playing in the Saudi Pro League, there's a great possibility that he'll hit that 1,000 goals. So if he keeps performing the way he's done for the past seasons in Saudi Pro League, my brother, he will hit the 1,000 goals.
Okay.
And like you said earlier about Portugal trying to always hitting the low-ranked teams and all that. Of course, Ronaldo keeps playing at the level in which he's playing. He will hit those goals.
What level entirely? Mazi, I want us to be very clear right now. We have to be very, very sincere. We saw this during the Euros. That this team, there's something lacking when the team, when this Portuguese side they are on field. And it's not any other person than Cristiano Ronaldo. Roberto Martinez needs to move forward.
To defend,
okay.
When it comes to Messi versus Ronaldo, I'm definitely a Messi supporter.
Right.
But to cut Ronaldo some slack, the Euros, the strikers were not, we're not on their A game.
It wasn't just on Ronaldo.
It wasn't just on Ronaldo again. Like, look at Mbappe, look at Lewandowski. In general, the strikers were below par. It kind of looked like the Euros, maybe the players were suffering fatigue, they were tired or something. So I will not single out Ronaldo to say, he's the only one in the Euros that performed badly. His performance was not good. Let's lay it on fact.
Right.
But after the Euros, his performance has improved tremendously. He's been scoring, low ranked or no low ranked. With his age, for you to even be getting in those positions to score those goals.
I don't want us to be deceived to the fact that during the qualifiers to the Euros, Ronaldo was banging goals.
Yeah.
During the friendlies to the Euros, Cristiano Ronaldo was banging goals. Here comes the Euros. Nothing like that happened. We all saw the slack right now. This is a very good record. 900 goals against Croatia. He got the goal. He got one goal again against Scotland. 901 goals. Incredible record. What a talent. I give him this respect.
So
what I'm talking about,
let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Sorry, to cut you short. Who is the player in Portugal that you think is ready to step up to Ronaldo's shoes at this point in time and take the bull by the horn in big games, in those vital games?
Honestly, there is no player that can fill Ronaldo's shoe. That is one thing about it. There's no player that can fill Ronaldo's shoes. But my own point is this: as a coach of the Portuguese national team, Roberto Martinez, when you got this job, you are in between. You have to make a decision. Are you planning, because you get the job because for you to make this Portuguese national team better, for you to, I mean, they got to is it the quarterfinals of the World Cup at a point under Fernando what's the name of the coach? Fernando Santos. Yes, thank you, Fernando Santos. He was asked because he wasn't getting them to where they wanted to get, and he had his plan, he had his vision. He started having problem when he started dropping Ronaldo. Fernando Santos, we all remember that at the World Cup he was fired basically because of his performance, and also because of the issues he had with Ronaldo, dropping him on the bench. But again, let's be realistic. I'm not talking about Ronaldo as a player getting 900 goals, 1,000 goals. I'm talking about Portuguese national team. If there is a vision for Roberto Martinez, if there is a vision, there's no one that can fill Ronaldo's shoes. But
I beg to disagree in that aspect, as in no one can fill Ronaldo's shoes.
I mean, yes, right now, Ronaldo and Messi, we tend to say these two players are, no one is going to get his goals.
So let's take them out of the equation.
900 goals and 901 goals in 25 years, that means he averaged 45 goals per season. No striker will do that in this modern age. Even Kylian Mbappe, with his age right now, will never meet that age, because these guys have been doing it year in, year out. Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi, they've been doing it year in, year out. But I'm talking about this Portuguese national team. They need to move on with Ronaldo. Yeah, but I don't think Roberto Martinez have that stomach to punch it out and let Cristiano Ronaldo know that, oh, come on, it's high time.
It's like Modric, right?
Okay.
So I think it's performance based. If you're still able to perform at the top level,
but he's not performing at the top level against Scotland. We saw what happened 3 days ago. We saw, I mean, the goal he scored, he's definitely going to score that goal. Yes, that is Ronaldo. He's been doing that for, I mean, the one he scored against Croatia. I think if you check the record, he has scored maybe like 200 of that type of goals. Yes, honestly. But look at the in-game performance. Cristiano Ronaldo, we have to be specific right here. We have to know what we you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I get what, but you see, if you watch the Argentine team, they all play for Messi.
Okay.
That's where the respect. Right? That's why I said now Portugal has not really, helped Ronaldo. Also,
I like that aspect, because the thing is, they realize that Messi doesn't have the legs anymore, so they have markers for him. So it's more like, I remember when we used to play sets, we have those egg-bones, the other ones that will just sit, they'll just stay in front.
Right.
All you guys, what you just need, just mark, get the balls and give to the egg-bone.
And he would do that.
And all he needs to just score.
Will he do that at 41 years old in the United States?
Sorry, bro. So now, looking at the 39-year-old Ronaldo, who still puts in that shift, who has the capacity to still give those 90 minutes. Bro, Gonzalo Ramos and co, it will be difficult for them to even get to that level of.
I agree.
Do you know what I'm trying? So it's difficult for a Martinez to drop him when he sees what he does in training.
And don't forget, national team is a place where you traditionally you have to pay homage to the greats. You have 22 players, you can put him in the team, but you can have a discussion with him that I don't plan to play you every single game, every single 90 minutes. Like one of my biggest disappointments in that Euros was the fact that Ronaldo played the third game. After Portugal had qualified, there was nothing to play for in the third game. Rest. The coach should have the balls to tell you that this is not a game. We need you for our knockout game. So rest. But Roger Miller's, the veterans of many national teams tend to play for long, especially when you're like one of many. Even Argentina is planning to take Messi. So if Messi, even in the last Copa America, we can't beat our chest and say that was his best performance. We saw that the level also dropped.
Messi, look at it from this perspective. Okay, why was he played? We obviously know the reason why he was playing that third game. To amass the goals.
Exactly. That is selfish.
That is where I'm going to, guys. Now you are getting the point.
Remember, I said there's a little bit of selfishness in there.
And will that lead Portugal to be triumph in
That's
the
where
World Cup.
That's where the coach has to.
That is my
but now
point.
I don't want to use the word safe in terms of in the way that
Because it's not going to favor the team, right?
Thank you.
Yeah.
We
That's
go
what I'm
to the
saying.
World
That's what I
Cup.
was trying to
The World Cup is the best of the best team are coming to the World Cup. The best of the best players are coming to the World Cup. The best of the best coaches are coming to the World Cup. Each team are coming there to prove a point and to show the world that they are here to fight. They are not here to be a passenger like we saw Ronaldo do at the Euros. That they are not here to be just a walkover like Cristiano Ronaldo did at the Euros. We have to be very, very clear right there. Will this Cristiano Ronaldo at the age of 41 lead Portugal to a very good victory or to a very good stage at the World Cup?
The thing is, when it gets to the World Cup, I'm sure Martinez will find a way around how to.
What way? That's my point.
I'm
What
sure he's
way?
Get to that level. Right
Ronaldo
now,
needs to understand that first of all, he's 41 years old.
Now you guys are getting to my.
Yeah.
You guys are
as
getting my point now.
the thing is, presently, 39-year-old Ronaldo is putting in the shift of a 22-year-old.
How?
Watch the games. Watch his games. Let's even forget. If
No,
he's
Ronaldo is an
converting-
extraordinary athlete.
Exactly,
Right?
forget the
he
conversion
goes
of
beyond,
chances.
He even
Yeah.
goes beyond the training. He does sports science. He takes care of himself and
Exactly.
everything.
So,
So
let's even forget the conversion of chances right now.
But will it favor Portugal?
Favoring Portugal is not for us to debate now.
I mean,
Because
with
the thing
going
is-
to the World Cup, it's just 2 years. If you are planning for the World Cup, every country have a vision. Where is the
let's
longevity?
do a bit of that comparative analysis on what he has given to Portugal as against what he has not given to Portugal.
Are we talking about the past now?
See, bro, you can never move forward without the past being checked.
I think the onions is on the coach.
Without
That is where I'm going
yes,
to.
Yeah.
without the past, Ronaldo will still be in the team,
Now.
right?
The onions is on the coach, right?
Right.
As soon as if the coach wants to be ruthless,
And have the stomach to
And-
just order it out that, come on, I have to move
the
forward.
same applies to
I need
Messi.
it.
You and I know that with Messi on if again the Copa America we saw it.
I mean, we're still going to talk about Messi. That's a good story for another day.
we
But
saw
right
it-
now,
we
we're
saw
talking
him-
about
I
Cristiano
know we saw it
Ronaldo.
at the Copa America. And we know that.
Obviously. But I'm just talking about a man with this incredible
So they
talent.
also no. That's what. So they need to manage his strengths.
they need to play for
They
him.
need to play to his strength.
And that's why I said like Portugal, like my own perception of the Portuguese team, just observing the team, they are all individual, egos in there. So nobody wants to say, I want to run for this person. I want to play for him. I want to see the Argentine national team. Like all of them are kind of like rallying around Messi. They are like, we want to win this for you. Like they are stating it openly that I watched you play when I was a baby. Coming to this national team, seeing you suffer, I want to win it for you. They're not even talking of themselves. That gives me goosebumps. But you see this Bruno Fernandes, I follow Bruno Fernandes' behavior.
I totally don't agree with you.
I know you don't agree,
Yeah.
but I believe that there is a level of
And both of them scored today.
I believe that there's a level of Baba, you did your own, I did my own. Even when they were in Manchester United, like you're a legend and that's your business. Bruno Fernandes will not come out and say we want to win a trophy for Ronaldo.
Why
Never.
not? Why
I've
not?
not heard him say
He
it.
doesn't have to say it.
But he doesn't even act
But
it on the
the
pitch.
Like
their body language.
They said there were no issues.
No, they will say there are no issues. They
understand?
don't have to say their issues, but body language, like body language, the way you run for your players, the way you step up, stand, defend, press conference, the way you speak, your body language. Like if you see, people call that guy in Atletico. Sorry, what's his name again? The Argentine in Atletico.
Simeone?
No, the player.
Rodrigo.
No, I think it's a Rodrigo, but the
Rodrigo de Paul.
Rodrigo de Paul,
yeah.
People call him Messi's bodyguard. Why? Body language. If you kick Messi, that guy is coming for you. If you tug Messi's shirt, he will chase you and make sure he retaliates because that is body language. Bruno Fernandes, if Ronaldo is on the floor, Bernardo Silva is walking past him like, Baba, stand up, Jare. You have to read body language in the team. So I don't think Portugal.
The Argentine team to me is more of a cult.
Exactly.
Right. So
and Messi is the leader of the
Well,
club.
we're still going to have another podcast for
But they don't treat
that's
Ronaldo
the
like
difference in it.
Baba, if
Right.
they kick Ronaldo, Portugal team, they will just be like, well, stand up if you like.
Now, I think
I've seen that.
I think you guys are now coming to what's
where
my
you
argument.
want here, where you see, I understand where you're heading to, Larry. But
Cristiano
like, what I'm saying
Ronaldo, guys.
Yeah.
Cristiano Ronaldo 901 goals means he scored 45 goals for 25 years. No player I mean, we don't know what's going to happen.
And if you're a coach,
incredible record.
And if you're a coach,
what a great achievement, guys.
Will you drop him?
The longevity is what I'm talking about right here for the Portuguese national team. The vision is what I'm talking about right here for the Portuguese national team. The achievements which these guys are going to achieve at the World Cup with Cristiano Ronaldo is my own point, is my own argument right here. I mean, I don't have anything against Cristiano Ronaldo. Exceptional talent. What a great striker. I mean, you guys know my stand with Cristiano Ronaldo and Messi as one of the best players, that ever graced the beautiful game of football. But again, I'm talking about going into this World Cup. As a country, you have to have your vision. You have to have your plan. As a coach, you have to have your... This is just 2 years. 2 years is a very, very good space of time for you to plan yourself. And carrying a 41 years old as a striker to be your front man, I don't think that's going to be possible, guys. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, at 41 is going to be extraordinary. Ronaldo,
because he's not going to be quicker. He's not going to be faster. He's not going to be at that pace at that 41 years old.
You never can tell.
You never can tell what. We only see what's going on right now.
No. See, like I said, Ronaldo's capacity right now, right, can't even be compared to a lot of the younger players. The guy's ability. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Look at today. He won the game for Portugal. They will go down from the first half, and what did he do? He won the game.
Yeah, I don't think they should judge him I don't think they should judge him based on his age.
Yeah,
I think they should judge him based on his performance. So
Larry, that's what we're trying to say. You should be judged based on performance, not age.
Yeah, but I know that at 41, it's going to be an extraordinary feat for somebody to be 41 years old. And but who knows? He might. Like you're saying.
If you listen to the Fernandez, he said, as long as I'm injury free, I'll keep playing.
All right. Enough of Cristiano Ronaldo. But before we move further on Cristiano Ronaldo, I just want to hear your percentage chance of Cristiano Ronaldo playing at the World Cup. At what percentage do you think he's going to play at the World Cup?
At this point,
yes.
Barring no injuries, I think it's more like a 75%.
Wow.
Chance that he will be at the World Cup.
2026.
Yeah. For Portugal, yeah.
Chris.
I totally agree.
What percentage? Give us, don't totally agree. Give us your own percentage. 75%. I mean, you don't want to know my own percentage, so let's move on Cristiano Ronaldo.
No, we need to hear your percentage.
On this. I mean,
no,
apart from the
I
goal.
will hold you to it.
Apart from the goals, so Cristiano Ronaldo has not been that player for this team.
Your percentage.
I mean, going to the World Cup, Cristiano Ronaldo going to the World Cup is going to be a very big disgrace. I mean, for the Portuguese national team and Roberto Martinez taking Cristiano Ronaldo to the World
percentage?
Cup. At this stage right now, At this rate right now, I don't see him playing at the World Cup at any percentage. I don't see him playing at the World Cup.
Is it at 5, 10, 1%?
I mean, when I say I don't see Cristiano Ronaldo playing at the next World Cup in 2026, I'm damn serious about that.
0%.
Yeah, but
I mean,
looking at this Portuguese team,
right? Like
the Paulinhas, the Neves,
right?
Jota, Pedro, Rafael Leao, Trincao. I don't think there's any player that if Ronaldo is available that can take the jersey from Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Even at 41.
My point here is I'm not saying someone is going to take the jersey. I'm just talking about the team. You have 2 years. 2 years is good enough for you to plan for the 2026 World Cup. You have 2 years to plan. And this Portuguese team, they have very, very good talent. I'm not saying someone is going to take the shoes of Cristiano Ronaldo. No one can do that right now in that Portuguese team. I mean, I don't know about
but
maybe
they
later.
have to drop Ronaldo completely from the team. And somebody, I'm not talking about in history.
Right.
But we're talking about in that team. If they are not taking Ronaldo to the World Cup, it means that they have to drop him, not select him, and somebody's going to take that position, right? That's the meaning. So he's going to be dropped from the lineup. Now, only if somebody is going to come from nowhere or the coach is going to trust in a 17-year-old, which I started seeing some young talents being pumped into the Portuguese team. It's only then that we will see that somebody will take his place in the team. But Roberto Martinez has not even invested so much. If you're planning to bench a Ronaldo at the World Cup or not take him, or this is the time when you start to infuse those young talents.
Thank you.
Exactly. Play these games now and start to experiment. But if he's not doing that, that means the man trusts Ronaldo to be there at 41.
I don't know who the agent of Roberto Martinez is. I mean, the guy is always cashing out and he's always getting a very good job. He was fired and bumped out at the Belgium national team. He had a very golden talent, the likes of KDB, the likes of Lukaku when he was on top, the likes of Eden Hazard at his prime, the likes of Thibaut Courtois, the likes of Vermaelen, the likes of Van der. I mean, what a talent!
But it's almost the same thing
Belgium,
Belgium,
and
right?
now he got. That's what I'm saying.
Eddie Hazard at his worst.
Thank you. He keeps playing him.
I was the captain of the Belgium national.
Roberto Martinez don't have the stomach to making a big decision. I've seen him in press conference. He's very good on the camera. Very, very good when he speaks to the camera. When he speaks to the press, he speaks as a civil man, he speaks so good. He speaks so well. But again, kudos to his his agent for getting him that kind of job after. Fernando Santos. Is it Fernando Santos, the former Portuguese coach that was fired when he took the job? Guys, let's move on. Enough of Cristiano Ronaldo and then Portugal. This is Gold Rush Football Podcast on Gold Rush Football TV, and I have my guys right here. This episode is proudly sponsored by Better Life USA. Better Life USA and Better Life Stores, right? The CEO is right here with us. I mean, the last time, like I said in the introduction, the last time we have Mazi here, I call him Mazi LLC, different business. But now he's adding to the bunk. He's now Better Life CEO. Mazi, you want to tell us a little bit about Better Life?
Yeah, sure. Better Life is a retail flea market, online flea market, where we sell household items, we sell back to school items, office items, toys, kids' toys. I mean, it's just a place where quick shipping, quick delivery, you need something, we'll get it out to you.
And to cut you short, to the listeners, if you are watching this, Better Life is having goodies for us on this podcast. So I'll be dropping how you're going to take it. We have some jotters right here. We have some pads, and these are for the listeners and the viewers. So we'll definitely be sharing it out. You check our Instagram page for more details on that. We have so many things which Better Life have in stock for us. You'll be seeing more of it on our on the Instagram page. Guys, the list for the Ballon d'Or, we got the 30-man list for the Ballon d'Or. So many names there, different names. And this is the first time Cristiano Ronaldo again. I mean, I love that man, Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi will not be in the list of the 30-man list since 2023. The last time this happened was in 2003 rather. Yeah, and where we have the likes of Kaka, Nedved, we have the likes of David Beckham, we have the likes of Thierry Henry. I mean, exceptional talent. That was the last time Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi will not be in the 30-man list for the Ballon d'Or. Guys, what do you make of that? And then who do you think is going to win this Ballon d'Or? Let me start from Chris.
Well, I think it's they put it in days of new beginning, which is good for soccer. So
I imagine the Ballon d'Or top 3 now with 37 goals and assists. The last time Lionel Messi got 37 goals, they call it a bad season. But sorry to cut you short. Go ahead, man.
So, like I said, it's a new season in soccer with Ronaldo and Messi. Who's going to win it? I don't know. Looking at the 30-man list, let's see how the voting goes. I think everyone is looking at Vini, Rodrigo. I wonder why Haaland is not in the conversation at the moment, but all eyes are just pointing towards Rodri of Man City and Vini Jr.
Can I just put it to you direct? Who do you think, in your own opinion, who do you think is going to win the Ballon d'Or? You just have to know. I mean, let's streamline it to just 3.
Because it's a voting thing.
Okay, yeah, the popularity contest right now, I mean, with what we've seen online, we've seen Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Jr., and Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Rodri. So it's between these 3, to be very, very
2
sincere
months
now.
ago,
yes.
I'll say Bellingham.
Bellingham.
Okay. Bellingham, right?
Okay.
I'll pick him any day, anytime I hear of the guys, because he's been very effective, and he has a good character over and off the pitch, but the last 1 month, that has changed. It's more like they've taken him out of the equation and he's now focused on Vini and Rodri.
Okay.
So which is why I say it's become difficult now, because the person I put out there to be my Ballon d'Or 2 months ago was Bellingham, but that has changed within 1 month, or rather the last 2 weeks, everything has just been centered on Vini and Rodri. So the PRs are working solidly right now.
Okay.
Trying to ensure that this goes to either of these guys. So I don't know. Could be Vini today, tomorrow, Rodri.
But your own church mind, Chris, who do you think is going to win the Ballon d'Or?
I think to be Rodri.
Rodri. Mazi,
Yeah.
we have three. We saw the 30-man list, and also we can just streamline it to three to be realistic right now. Vinicius, Rodrigo, and then Vinicius, Rodri, and Jude Bellingham. These three candidates, who do you think is going to win?
Good question.
Who do you think is going to win, and who do you want to win? You know, there are two
exactly,
different things.
that's what I
Like,
mean, yeah.
this person is going to win. But
So who's going to win?
personally,
Who's going to win, right?
Who's gonna win?
First question, who's going to win?
Yeah.
Vinicius Junior is going to win.
Okay.
And the reason Vinicius Junior is going to win is because people have this perception that the Champions League is the greatest football tournament in the world.
Right.
Maybe side by side with the World Cup or just below the World Cup. However you see it. Some people believe it's better. Some people believe it's the same. Some people believe it's lower. But having performed, in that competition the way he did. Stood out for Real Madrid. Very popular competition. Won the tournament. Most people would, assume he would win. So I think he is going to win based off of the popularity of that tournament.
Right.
But if you want to actually put it on a table and be analytical, Rodri.
Your own personal.
Yeah, personally, Rodri is clear of Vinicius Junior. And the reason why Rodri is clear of Vinicius Junior is this man played over 70 plus games.
Right.
And did not lose club and country. Not just club and country. Man City won the league in England. Series of wins. Tough season with Arsenal. Arsenal have how many players in the Ballon d'Or list just because of their performance. And Rodri was a pivotal part of the team that won the league. Every time he didn't play, City didn't look the same.
Right.
So having played 70 matches, instrumental, he became the best player at the Euros, right? Like the Euros, he was very instrumental to Spain winning that tournament. He was excellent. He came out as one of the top players in that competition. And even in the Champions League, they did not do badly. They lost on penalties to Real Madrid.
With some satanic football.
Yeah, after dominating play. So Rodri did not step throughout the year. He did not step any feet wrong, club or country, nothing wrong. But again, as a defensive midfielder, people tend to forget your contribution. Like it's not easy because goals. You see the goals, you see the fans celebrate the goals, the fans celebrate all the beautiful things that the attackers and the strikers.
Especially when you are under the payroll of Florentino Perez.
Exactly. So to me, Rodri should be the winner, but I honestly don't think
Vinicius is
going
to
win.
win.
I think Vinicius.
Yeah, the question I asked you the other time, I said, who do you think is going to win? But now I think you want to change, you want to tweak some things like personally, who do you think is going to win the Ballon d'Or? Personally,
for me, I want Jude Bellingham to win it.
Why?
Right?
Why?
He's been good off and on the pitch. Looking at the criteria that is put out there for Ballon d'Or choices,
right?
From consistency to attitude on and off the pitch,
okay,
to team performances, and he's got it all.
Why? Because this is Jude Bellingham that was very, very good at the beginning of the season, but disappeared at the second half of the season. January, the last time Jude Bellingham performance was exceptional was after December, and January was
he was always instrumental in that.
He's been instrumental, but guys, I want us to be.
You don't have to win Ballon d'Or to be an exceptional player, right?
Yeah.
Even as
he was consistent.
But even as second,
consistency means it was all through. I mean, Jude Bellingham. Yes, a very good player, a talented player. He carried Real Madrid. He got the jersey. He went to Real Madrid. The hype was there, everything, and he was performing week in, week out. He built Real Madrid at just the first half of the season. I bet we can check the facts. The facts are there. He carried Real Madrid at the first half of the season. December, January, he disappeared. There was no Jude Bellingham. He became Jude Vini. Yeah, likewise, I can say that. That's why I can also say that
the story changed.
I can also say that for Vinicius Junior as well, because at the beginning of the season, Vinicius was not, and he came out. But we're talking about. I mean, I'm not gonna give my own opinion on who's gonna win it yet. I'm just asking you guys because I have my own reservation.
I understand that bit, but now look at what he just happened. He disappeared between January and February, right?
He disappeared since December and January. There was no Vinicius Junior from January to April.
Now looking at Jude,
and he went to the Euros. There was nothing to show out of it.
In as much as Jude Bellingham,
same as Vinicius
was
at the Copa America.
See, most times,
except for the bicycle.
Most times we weight these guys' performance based on their overall consistency.
Right.
So now we're looking at Jude. We said, oh, the guy disappeared for like the first month, second month of the year. But after what happened?
He won trophies with the team.
We saw
the trophies
even against Man City, and we saw how good he was.
How good was he?
Bro, we saw how good he was
against Man City. When you win a game, right? Like
this accolade goes for the team.
Look at Jude. If you look at what role Jude played for Real Madrid, which I would say was very instrumental in Real Madrid winning. The guy played in every game. Usually play more than 2-3 roles.
Yeah.
Real Madrid. You see him starting as the first 9. Next thing, when Yosili or someone comes in, what happens? He goes back to playing a twin, to playing the 8 beside Toni Kroos. Do you understand that? Next minute you see him, he's playing the creative role. Jude Bellingham was everywhere for Real Madrid. That's why he's one of the most instrumental players in that team.
But that was just between
August
till
December. Why was Rodrigo not picked to be in the Ballon d'Or? Right? So that now comes to tell you that how much influence Bellingham had in that team. We'll see how far they've suffered this season without Bellingham in that midfield.
Is it without Bellingham or without Toni Kroos? We're still gonna go there.
Because Bellingham is that guy that has that versatility that can do a lot of things.
So now, if you are fighting for Jude Bellingham,
leading to after the Champions League final, a lot of the talk was on between Bellingham and Vini. Who's going to perform for country? That would basically answer the question of who's Ballon d'Or.
Yeah.
So Vini did not perform at all for Brazil.
Good.
Except the goal he got against Peru. Is it Peru?
He didn't perform at all.
Yeah, performance was very poor.
Compared to Bellingham and the Euros.
Compared to Bellingham,
that's the kind of Ballon d'Or candidate you guys are giving us these days.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Bellingham had flashes. England was not good.
Yeah.
So
he
had his flashes. Pop up. Everyone here and there create something or get a vital goal. So, if you use the Euros, I think he lost points. He had these pop-up moments, but the whole of England were not impressed.
Which was why now, if you look at the criteria and all that, you now see a lot of politics being played out. Which is why Ilya said the PL.
I think Rodri is the only balanced player.
No, he
won with
which was why I say off the field issues. Rodri already has one hanging on his neck.
What was that?
After they won the Euros.
The celebration or something like that?
Right? With Morata. Don't rule it out, bro.
Well, I mean, I don't want to go into, this.
Because those are part of the...
I understand.
Those are part of the criteria.
I'm just talking about, my thing is this. When I look at the Ballon d'Or, in the recent years, we've had Cristiano Ronaldo, Messi. I mean, till when I say I'm man enough to start watching the game, like to start, analyzing this beautiful game of football. I'm used to Cristiano Ronaldo and Lionel Messi. You understand? So I mean, it's obvious. I mean, we've seen some past Ballon d'Or candidates. I mean, but I've watched these guys. Most of their games, I've watched what they've given us year in, year out. I've watched what we analyze and why. And I mean, it comes with some controversial decision as well, and sentiment as well, whereby we say, oh, this Ballon d'Or is all about popularity, it's all about who sabi who know who. You understand? But again, when this guy win it, I'm talking about Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo. We know what they've done. We are only in the middle of, oh yeah, I'm for Ronaldo, I'm for Messi, he should win it. But we can bring out the stats and what they've done. We never ever go back to their off-field performance or what situation of what had been happening. We never do that.
Okay, but let me ask you a question. When was the last time a defensive midfielder, a DM, won the Ballon d'Or? Like, why are they so looked down on? When you do your job so well, stats are in your favor, you win club and country, people know your influence, is there any fairness in the fact that
the last time that happened was for Fabio Cannavaro. Fabio Cannavaro won the Ballon d'Or. I mean, he won it. Is it the best player of the Ballon d'Or? He won,
Ballon d'Or, yeah.
after the World Cup in
That was a pure defender.
She understand that was a pure defender. But again, look at this candidate. I don't want us to look at the fact that Bellingham was very, very exceptional. A kid coming from England,
Okay.
you know, at 14, 15 years old, down to Dortmund, carrying this Dortmund at 16, 17 years old, you know, 18 to that kind of performance, and moving to Real Madrid, taking the shoulders, taking the jersey of Zinedine Zidane, right? I think that the 4 now is was for Zidane, you know. He took the jersey with a 5 year for Zidane, you know, and then giving the Madrid stars what they love to getting the goals back to back. But I'm still in the midst of he was doing that up until December, January, but we never saw Jude Bellingham. After that, Vinicius came in. He was off. October, November, December, he was off. He started coming because he got some suspensions. He had issues with injuries as well during the season. He came back during February after the Super Cup against Barcelona in Saudi Arabia. Then the Super Cup they had. Vinicius started coming up. We started seeing the stats. But again, ladies and gentlemen, guys, we're talking about Rodri. This guy was supposed to be in the pole of the Ballon d'Or last year. He won the treble last year with Man City. This year again, 2023-2024, Manchester City broke the record in EPL, winning 4 titles.
And him being in the center,
winning back to back, which has never happened in the history of the EPL.
So
and also, he won the Euros. He won the Euros. That is the reason. Hold on, Mazi. He said, why is Alan not there?
They started speaking about
Mazi. He said, why is Alan not there? Because Rodri won the Euros, and he was forget Lamine Yamal, forget Dani Olmo, forget Pedri, forget De La Fuente, forget Lenormand, but Rodri was the main man that took this Spanish La Roja, this Spanish national team, to the finals of the Euros. Without Rodri, this Spanish national team will not get to the finals. So what are we talking about? We're talking about impact here. We're talking about consistency here. We're talking about trophies here. We're talking about laurels here. Come on, guys. What are you talking about?
So yeah, I mean, to your question as why Alan was not included, I just saw this, you know, media, you know, as the media started attacking Haaland, right? We already know the way Haaland plays. Haaland is a finisher, he's a goal scorer. So, you know, the fact that some games became difficult for him because they put men on him or they surrounded him with men, this whole, this whole campaign about Haaland is not a good player. Even someone like Roy Keane, a respected journalist, to come out and say that Haaland is a
he got few touches in the game.
Yeah, like he's a
Division 2 player.
He's a Division, which is very disrespectful, right? So
So
Haaland's season wasn't bad.
No,
if you look at Haaland's season, it wasn't bad. But Rodri had a better campaign.
When we look at those conversations, who has it? Is the media, right? They are the ones to vote. Which is why I say everyone definitely is doing their PR. Everyone is pushing, canvassing for their own guys to nominate it. So now we wait for the final list.
So to me, what's going to work against Rodri is, defensive midfielder.
I mean, aside from that, we all know Ballon d'Or.
PR, what's PR? What's PR? PR is about clicks and likes.
I mean,
right?
Let's even forget about
one of the DMs that scores.
Let's even forget about maybe Rodri being a DM or being
not even there. That's definitely a conversation.
Guys, let's forget about being a DM or being this, being that. We've not seen. I mean, Ballon d'Or back to back. We've been seeing the winners coming from. You have to win something. Either you win the Champions League, or you win the league, or you win both the Champions League and the league, or you win something for your country. So now we have just one person.
Club and country.
For club and country. These guys, these three guys that with Jude Bellingham, Vinicius Junior, and Rodrigo, super talent, but not compared to the likes of La Puga, Tomica, and Cristiano Ronaldo. So I don't want us to go there. But again, Rodri, for me, I think Rodri should win the Ballon d'Or.
Let me play the devil's advocate here. Bellingham won the Champions League, got to the finals of the Euros.
Right.
And
Forget about him being disappearing, Yeah, he won the Champions League. He won, even if they carry him, if now push, they push him. He carry him, he win the Champions League, he win the Euros,
Was out of the finals.
Yes.
He wasn't out. He was injured, so he
That's
played.
why he was
Yeah.
out, so he didn't.
He just for
He
the
didn't
just for
contribute to
the
the winning of that final.
No, Chris, don't go there.
No,
This is a Spanish national team all the way from the group stage to the final. It has been
he got
God-bring.
He got injured.
Influence, yeah.
He had
got
this
injured.
influence.
He got injured.
Forget about
in
this
the-
injury. We don't have to go there.
So let's say-
Chris, do we have to go there?
Yes, it's part
Do
of
we
it.
have to
We
go
have to.
there?
No,
A man
no.
was off at the final for just 45 minutes.
Yeah,
It's part of
exactly.
it.
No,
Amunike only played the final match in USA in Tunisia '94,
Okay.
and he won it for us.
yeah.
Right? He never played any game
No, but this is
until
not,
the finals.
But what we are
And
saying,
he won it.
But what we
So
are
now
saying is
there's
that what we are
always-
saying is that 45 minutes
Is
of
a lot.
getting injured. Hold on.
It's a lot.
Is not going to. Okay? Does it compare to Vinicius Junior that did not even get to the final?
what about the guys that have been disappearing from January to
Exactly.
April?
That's
What
why
are
I
you
was
talking
that's why I
about?
said let me play the devil's
Okay.
advocate.
Okay.
That's why I was
That
saying.
devil's advocate
Right.
is the
Now,
jail for a
just-
year.
Okay.
Because with Bellingham getting to the finals,
Right.
that means he was quite instrumental taking England to that finals.
Just like the way people say they carry Messi.
Just like
Right.
Rodri was instrumental to the
Instrumental,
final.
yeah, and he did not finish where he started.
He finished it. He was in the final.
Now,
He played
he didn't
and they
finish the
won.
game.
Do you know that? Let me give you an instance. Right? Let me play another devil's advocate.
Okay.
And I'm gonna
Rodri
play devil's advocate for
Rodri
you.
doesn't start that final and first half finishes 4-0. Would they have the chance of a second half?
Now you see the thing now.
So
When
you
Rodri
can't-
didn't
so
play,
that's-
Rodri didn't play the finals. When he played, what was the score?
It was still like goalless or something like that.
It was 0-0 when
It
he
was
played.
goalless,
Now it was
yes.
goalless at the
It was
halftime.
goalless.
Nothing happened
Yeah,
at
so 1 half,
halftime.
second half.
And they won. Spanish.
Yeah,
See,
but that
this
first
is-
half could have been 3-0.
We're talking about-
and there will be no second half.
Mazi.
We
But he
tried you
didn't-
on the pitch, right? So
No,
which
what I'm
means
saying
it was
is that
a good thing.
what I'm
once
saying
they
is that
left.
no. If Rodri did not play that final,
Say.
that first half, you've seen games that end in the first half now, right?
I
So
don't
we
want
can't-
I don't want to make you use your energy on this man here. I know where this man is going to, and I know what he's trying to do. But
Anyway, those three candidates, they gave us.
They deserve it, honestly,
deserve it,
yes.
all three of them.
They deserve
But we
it.
are just trying to pick sand inside beans. You understand? So we are not talking down on any of them.
At all.
We are
at
just
all.
saying that.
No,
I mean,
definitely
yeah.
nobody said.
On the balance of scale, you win for club and country, and you're there for both. You even play the final of the FA Cup. He was there almost till the end of everything. So I think on the balance of everything, Rodri edges everybody. But who is going to win it? I still think Vinicius is going to win it because, like you said, there's popularity, there's the Madrid factor,
and there's
there's
Florentino
the-
Perez
yeah,
factor.
so-
Once you have Papi Perez at your back,
I
forget
disagree.
all what God cannot do.
Does
Does
not
not
exist.
exist.
Not anymore with the Super League. Nah.
Guys, I want us to talk about also congratulations to our own Nigerian superstar Lukman, for making the top 30 list.
The short
Yeah,
list.
the short list. Yeah, he deserves it. Harun, is it Harun, Lukman, right?
Yeah.
Ademola Lukman. Yeah. Congratulations.
Atlanta.
Atlanta, and then he's what's that? He's the only African on the list of that 30-man squad, right? 30-man short list.
Osimhen fell out so bad. He was there last season.
Don't let's go
Goal
to
number 8 last
don't let's
season,
go
right?
there. Don't let's go that Osimhen route. This is Gold Rush Football Podcast on Gold Rush Football TV, and I've been having fun with the guys here. I mean, you can see we are so glad to be back. I mean, we are here in our new Poch studio, and then the guys have been giving the energy, and this is what you'll be getting all through the course of the season. We are here to stay. It's been a long break, deserved break, but again, we need to refresh the energy. We need to replenish, get the vibes back, and we go to be doing that, and we're ready to give you more of this, guys. Let's switch to club football. We've been talking about this because it's right now it's the international break, so we have to talk about some countries and the like. So, but right now, let's switch to club football. We've been seeing so many performances, so many teams surprising, so many teams that have been falling hand. We call them falling hand team, But I want us to look at the way too early conclusion or way too early predictions that have been happening. I want us to start from the positive side. Let me start first. To me, I want to start with Liverpool and a slot. What a massive shoe and a slot is feeling right now. when he got the job, there's been a lot of talks about this man is going to suffer. Jogging club shoes, he sold this, he sold that. That jogging club is using size 64. That Arne Slot is using size 20. So there's going to be space, so he can't cope with the pressure and everything. But right now, I think Liverpool, there's nothing much to miss. I mean, we can see the style of jogging club is not what is being used with Arne Slot, but these guys are getting the results. So 3 games, 3 wins, 100%. 3 clean sheets, 100%, plus disgracing Manchester United and Erik ten Hag at the last game.
Customer dada.
I mean, what more can I say about Arne Slot? We can give all this credit to jogging club as well, because this team is still the same squad.
Yeah, club should not be in the conversation as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, because they play 2 different styles of football. And when I listened to Arne Slot, I was so impressed with the guys' managerial acumen. As in, it was just... Again,
this is our early conclusion. We don't know what's going to... This is the first 3 matches. The analysis is because now you are saying the analysis now, because I understand when the going gets worse and they start plastering him,
No, definitely. As we say...
The composure at the press conference go change.
They go soon cause
you understand? So
they go soon cause her. But till then, so far, because when I listened to him after the game against Man,
compose, big ball,
analyze,
analyzing, fluent.
It was obvious
the guy gets swagger, the guy the ginger, confident.
Man used past games.
The crazy thing, Arne Slot was analyzing Manchester United and Erik ten Hag. I mean, that. Even what Ten Hag cannot see, there's a waiting man.
Yes, he said, and I was so impressed, and he did it with, as they say, with the man.
With the pure.
So the guy had that calm them, and I would say, let's see how it goes. He's not under pressure at the moment. He's just playing the game easily. But where I see they might have probably an issue is Gravenberch playing the 6th role.
Gravenberch, right?
Yeah, Gravenberch, sorry. And we see that he's more of a mobile 6 in the mode of Rodri. But now, McAllister sitting back for him is what I'm not seeing yet. So we need to see how that works out. Up front, Luis Diaz.
The mobility has been exceptional.
Oh, jeez. It's just something else. And we could see that before we saw Jota as one of the super subs, just like Trossard first now. But this season, he's a starter. Ahead of Capo.
I'm not a Liverpool fan, and you don't have to ask the club I support, of which you guys know.
Depending on if he's gonna get a room in Eskenazi very
soon. Definitely.
That is where I'm going to.
But again, just like Van P, it was the last season he didn't have injuries. Before he left for Man U, he didn't have injuries, like he used to. So this could be Jota's season, being without going to the sick bed or that. So Liverpool, so far 100% they are doing very well. Manchester City, Haaland just been.
Oh, you're picking Man City, because I just talked about Liverpool.
Those are the 2 teams 100% records so far with them, and they've been doing extremely well, and
Yeah, but just to chip in a little bit about Slots, right? Like, I noticed that he made some big calls. Jurgen Klopp used to prefer Endo. Used to prefer Endo to play that role for him. And the Slot decides to go with Gravenberch. I think that's a decision. That's a conscious decision. He trusts the lad. Let us see if that trust.
Gravenberch is more of a box-to-box player.
Exactly.
Before Arne Slot, because Gravenberch played under Erik ten Hag at the Ajax team against Arne Slot's team.
Yeah.
And Erik ten Hag defeated Arne Slot with Gravenberch playing at that O.
Yeah.
You understand? So I think Slot just look at it that, oh come on, I think this guy is going to fix that position. But again, he's playing with the 3 guys of McAllister, Gravenberch, and Szoboszlai. So McAllister is doing the same thing with Gravenberch, but Gravenberch being the man, being holding the midfield. But the 2 guys have been very effective as well.
And the other thing is that both of them being Dutch, communication is going to be very smooth, very easy. I will assume, right? Maybe
he speaks English friendly, so it's not even an issue.
Well, maybe like when I say communication, maybe the Dutch way of playing, like
he trusted Gravenberch, and Gravenberch also said that in the press conference that Arne Slot gave him this
trust.
The trust
Exactly.
that come on,
That's a big call. That's a very
and he's doing it. But again, this is just our way too early conclusion.
Yeah, that's a big call.
We start playing 5-6 matches and they start plastering them. We'll
Another
come to this podcast and talk about it.
Another big call I wanted to point out was the fact that Klopp played a Nunes regardless. After 3 games, Nunes could have played significant minutes. But for some reason, Arne Slot is not.
Even Liverpool fans, we don't want to see Nunes.
But Arne Slot is not favoring Nunes.
Even Liverpool
I
fans.
think Gakpo is not seeing a lot of minutes too. Gakpo, I don't know if it's because of the fact that there's going to be so many games this season, so some people are being rested and all of that.
He's coming in second half.
Yeah,
we'll be having a Liverpool fans here also, maybe in one of our maybe in the next episode as well, to come shed more light
big calls,
on that.
Because 75 minutes, their legend Trent is coming off. What's his name? Robinson. Robinson is coming off at 70 minutes when the game is 20 minutes
now.
So he's making some
in
big
one of our
calls.
in one of our episodes on this podcast, you can check it out on YouTube. I said something when Arne Slot was given the job. I said, I watched this guy play. I watched the way he plays. He's one of the top coaches in Europe that deals with the wingers. He does more substitution for wingers more than any other coach in Europe, because he uses the wingers. He prefers, I don't want to burn these wingers out, I need to make substitution. You can see the 2 and 3, they are always out. Robinson and Trent.
Arteta was doing that defensively.
In Europe, you can check.
Arteta is too slow to make.
You can check the record. Last for the past 2 seasons, when this guy was with PSV, Bakayoko was off. He takes him out. He makes substitution basically on his wingers.
I notice he makes subs early
on his wingers.
Because if you remember
because that is where
78th minute Ben White leaves, Tomiyasu gets in. Zini goes out, Tierney gets in.
This man, you shall want to put Arsenal matter enter, but we'll definitely we'll go there. You still give us that your you give us that your Mazi, what's your way to early conclusion? Which team will you want to go for? Mine is Liverpool and
yeah. I'll speak about Manchester City. I was expecting a slow start. The way we are used to Manchester City, they come out slow in the beginning.
And even Pep Guardiola came out and say
preseason is over. That's Pep for you. For me, Pep is doing preseason till November. That's normal Pep. Preseason doing all these changes, and then from November you start seeing once that thing clicks, is a run. But again, this is life. You can't expect the same thing to happen 20 years the same way. So this season we are seeing something different. We are seeing that maybe this guy wants to start early, wants to conclude this. Let me do something different. Let me start early on this. Let me start early with this league. So Pep Guardiola, his signings, he only signed a Savinho, right, from Girona.
Girona, yeah.
A player that everybody already said his direction is Manchester City regardless. They already had their tentacles on the player. They were scouting him.
Please don't use that word scout, please.
Well, they already all the transfer was within.
Please take your word, but don't use scout.
It was within the City group, basically, like the whole the whole movement. Okay, Savinho, very impressed with the lad. I see him as, not comparing like for like, but I just see him. He has a similar playing pattern with Mahrez. Very fast, fleet-footed. Very good player. Doku this season, needs to come. He needs to improve his decision making. This is the second season. Most people will tell you play for Guardiola one season, no problem. Second season is when people will start to judge you.
Right.
Grealish is trying to make his way back into the team. So Manchester City have made a blistering start. I don't even want to talk about Haaland. 3 goals back to back, hat-trick, back to back, amazing. It's not even August ending. Haaland already had goals are almost double digits. We are only talking of September. We have not even started September, and Haaland is already close to double digits. So
don't worry, we know when his goals dries up.
Anyways, that's for Mazi. I want us to just give us your own way to early conclusion. So because let's just round it up here.
Partey is getting old. It's sluggish.
For me, for now, I still look at Brighton.
Brighton,
Yeah,
with their
United
7-year-old
yeah,
coach,
Yeah.
And Brighton, they signed their incoming. They had nine transfers this season, and their outgoing was 15. They are the second team in Europe with the highest transfer record in Europe.
So when you look at that team and if you watch them,
They are here to stay, man.
Everton.
Our way to some predictions, and you talk about Brighton and so right.
Aston Villa, yeah.
And Aston Villa, they're doing very good. You feel with their new coach, right?
Yeah, but let's see how far they can sustain it.
Okay, yeah, Mazi.
Barcelona FC.
Yeah.
Beginning of the season, we were all scared.
4 games, 4 wins.
Yeah,
on
so
top of the
so
table.
Good. So far, so good. With our new players, Daniel and the rest of them, new coach Hansi Flick. That's mine.
Yeah, for me, I think I'll go with Real Madrid. Real Madrid with the signing of Kylian Mbappe together with Vinicius and Rodrigo during the transfer. During the summer transfer, there's been a lot of conversation that these guys are going to, blow it up. I mean, they are still definitely going to improve. On paper, they are one of the best team in Europe as well. But I think Carlo Ancelotti and Real Madrid, they really have a very big task, and there's a big job for Carlo Ancelotti to do. But of course, I'll definitely talk about Barcelona as well. During the season, during the transfer, there's been a lot of conversation about Hansi Flick. Xavi gone, and now it's Hansi Flick, and now Hansi Flick had to bank with the 17 and the 16-year-old babies, from La Masia, and they've been doing very, very well. I mean, it's just 4 games, 4 wins, and on top of the La Liga table. What more can I say? They've been doing very good. I mean, I'm not here to say Barcelona are going to win the league, but with this performance, you can't take anything away from a new coach coming to the team, having this, buzzing in the league and doing very, very well. But again, this is just 4 games into the season.
Atletico Madrid,
right?
Well, the funny thing about La Liga is that, people would think these games are Barca versus Madrid or Barca Atletico. No, to win the league, you have to pick up points.
That is what I tell people when Real Madrid signed Kylian Mbappe. I said, Real Madrid signing Kylian Mbappe means they are just going to play home and away with Barcelona. It's just 6 points.
Exactly.
They still got Real Vallecano. They still got Mallorca. They got these small teams from the Basque country. They got Bilbao. They got Real Sociedad. I mean, I'm not saying these teams are going to take points. I mean, Real Madrid are not just going to go there to just whitewash them. But again, you have some other teams to be worried about, not just Barcelona.
Exactly.
So, I mean, if they deal with these small teams, Barcelona is just 6 points. You can definitely know how to maneuver your way.
Yeah.
They are one of the best teams in Europe, and I think they're still going to do a very good job when they finally click. But for now, it's not looking good for Real Madrid as well.
Yeah.
Guys.
Yeah, even though, sorry to interrupt, of course, Girona is still not far off. Girona and rest they're also doing very well in La Liga.
And Barcelona will be playing Girona after the international break now.
You know what happened last season, so expect.
International break is one of the worst times to actually play games. Because you don't know the state of your players.
All right, guys.
All
right, guys. This episode is sponsored by Better Life. It's sponsored by Wally Habs. It's sponsored by Chooks the Realtor, and also Chai Clothing. Also sponsored by our favorite person that has been always supporting this podcast. He will be coming to this show and we'll be talking about what he has in stock for us. And once again, Mazi, CEO of Better Life, thank you for coming and thanks for the support. He gave us some things to share to the fans. I'll be doing that on our Instagram page. So follow Gold Rush Football Podcast on Instagram for the goodies as well. Thank you so much. We're back and we're ready to go. This is how we're doing all through the course of the season. Guys, from me and everyone in the studio, we say a very big thank you and I'll see you next week. Have a lovely week ahead of you. Bye.